time to head to Vegas. What is up? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to today's video. As you can see by the title, this is not a classroom teacher related video at all. I've done one other video like this, and it is another travel vlog style video. And it's even to the same location, Las Vegas, just like my other video was. And so anyway, my husband and I decided to go recently back to Vegas and just for a quick in and out trip. And so we were there, we flew in and had like dinner and explored a little bit in the evening, and then we only had one full day, and so we made the most of that whole day and flew back home super early the next morning. And so in today's video you will kind of see us just walking everywhere through lots of casinos, exploring as much as we possibly could the whole time we were there. So enough of the rambling, we went to Vegas and let's just go ahead and get started. All right, so here we are headed to the airport to get ready to fly to Vegas. We actually flew out of one of the Chicago airports, the Chicago Midway Airport this trip, which we normally do not do this. So we had a few hours to drive there to fly. We only did this because our airport just had like really bad times that we did not want to fly, and so we decided to just give this airport a try. Here we are, we finally got in Vegas and we are headed to our hotel. So we're passing by a few of them like New York, Excalibur, and we actually stayed at the Luxor again this trip. We were planning on staying at New York and really wanted to, but just such a good deal at the Luxor, and we loved our stay last time. It was really nice, everything is clean, and you can't go wrong with the price. So we decided to do that, and then we checked in, and here we're headed to our hotel room, and that was actually our view like outside of our room, which was really cool to like be able to look down on all of that stuff. And then we got to our hotel, kind of got settled in, and then decided to head out for dinner because our flight was a little bit later, and so we went to Wahlburgers for our first meal. We loved that place last time that we came, so we wanted to hit it up again. And then here, of course, I'm getting Starbucks. It is like the evening at this point, but the time change really throws us off, and so I was extremely tired at this point and just needed coffee. And then we decided to explore a little bit of like the casinos and the areas that were close by us. And then here's like the Hershey store, which we love going in. And I actually didn't get anything this time. Usually I get something, but not this trip. And then we went back to the hotel because my Starbucks was just not helping enough and we were super tired. We knew we wanted to get up early the next day. So we went ahead and headed back to our hotel room, got ready for bed, and then went to bed. And then because we went to bed at like a decent time, we were able to get up naturally early at like 4 a.m. So here we are, 4 a.m. the next day, ready to take on our full day ahead. And here's just another look at the view right outside of our hotel room. And here is my husband being his crazy, goofy self at 4 in the morning. Yes, he literally wakes up, and I swear he's like this every single day, like an Energizer bunny, and I do not get it. I wish I could be waking up with that much energy. So here we are, we start our exploring for the day, kind of walking through some casinos as like a little shortcut. And then we made it outside and we can see New York. I love getting up early. Because we go to bed so early when we're in Vegas, because we are just like old people apparently, but we go to bed early and so we get up super early, and I love it because it feels like the nighttime because everything's dark and everything around is like lit up. but there is barely anybody out, which is super, super nice to be able to really explore. Alright, so here we are then walking through New York, and just looking back at this now, it's just so cool, and I love the vibe, and it's just super cool to walk through there and see all of that. So we made it back outside, and we are walking. We're just kind of walking and just seeing where it takes us. We didn't really have like a set plan of what all we wanted to see and where all we wanted to go. We're just kind of exploring and seeing where it takes us. But of course, I had to get breakfast, and I had to get coffee is really what I should say. But now we're heading to a few other casinos just to kind of walk through and just see them, because we never went through the Aria before, so we went ahead and did that, and then went through the Bellagio. Now at this point, yes, I had my coffee, but we are getting really hungry, and so we're trying to figure out what to get for breakfast. And so we finally decided to take an Uber from Caesar's Palace to Resort World, and we ate at this place called Junior's for breakfast. It was pretty good. It wasn't probably like my favorite place, but here's my food that I got, and then Jennings' food. We didn't do much exploring through here, but this was also in Resort World. It was super cool. After breakfast, we continued to explore, and we went to the Fontainebleau Casino, which I believe is a newer casino, and it was really, really nice inside. It was probably one of my top favorite casinos that we went to. And then we started to explore through the Venetian, which is one of my favorite like mall areas. If you watched my Las Vegas vlog from the fall time, I talked about how much we loved that for that trip as well. And then we didn't go eat at Buddy V's, but we did go to the bake shop right across called Carlos Bake Shop, and got some cookies, of course. And then we finally went into Caesar's Palace and explored a little bit. Earlier when we went there, we just got the Uber. We didn't actually walk through Caesar's Palace. So this time we finally did. And then after that, we headed to Paris and walked through a little bit of Paris as well. This, from our very first trip we went to Vegas, was my favorite casino area. And it's still definitely one of my top ones. It's really nice, but it wasn't my absolute favorite. And then we had dinner at Buca di Beppo, and it was pretty good. We just shared big spaghetti and meatballs, and then we headed back to the hotel, went to bed, and then we had a super early flight the next morning. So here we are back at the Las Vegas airport, and of course, had to grab a coffee. It's not Starbucks, but Dunkin' will do. Just like that is the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you ever have any video requests, please leave them down in the comments. Of course, open to any teaching classroom style videos, but as well as other things branching outside of that. I have so much more to me than just being a teacher, and I would love to start sharing some other sides of that, like I did in this video today with traveling. So anyway, like, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.